Everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to another brand new video. So in today's video it's a bit of a fun idea, just a bit of fun, and it's basically what I would do with Doctor Who if I was showrunner. So I'm imagining the BBC phone me one day, hopefully for series 15, because hopefully Chris and Jodie will stay for at least another 2 seasons, and BBC asks me, "Oh William, do you want to be the next showrunner?" And I say yes. And this is basically what I would do with Doctor Who if I was in charge. So it's just a bit of fun. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. Starting with casting the 14th Doctor, and I feel with the 14th incarnation it's always going to be a bit of a divisive casting, because I feel if you go with another female, some parts of the fandom are going to complain that it's for PC reasons and all that. But then if you go with a male, it's going to look like a female Doctor hasn't worked. So there's always going to be a bit of a backlash each way. But I've got a certain actress in mind, so I would go with female, just because this is a person I think would do a really great job at portraying the Doctor. And that would be actress Lily James. Now, if you don't know who Lily James is, she's an actress that's getting quite bigger in the world of acting. She seems to be getting more and more acting jobs that are kind of higher up. She's recently been in Cinderella, she's been in Mamma Mia 2. She also started off in Downton Abbey as well, which is quite a big show in the UK. So she's definitely getting higher up in acting, and I think she would be a great face for the programme. I think Lily James herself is a great actress. I recently watched her in Mamma Mia and she was phenomenal. She was really good, and watching her, she just had that energy, that vibe about her that I think she would make a good Doctor. I think she would be a bubbly Doctor. I think she would be similar to Matt Smith and Jodie Whittaker's incarnations, but I still think Lily would make the role her own and she would do a great job. So for the casting of the 14th Doctor, I would definitely go with Lily James. Moving on to the companion, and there's someone in mind that I've always thought should come back to Doctor Who, and that would be Craig, played by James Corden. Now, Craig was a guest companion for the 11th Doctor. He was in 2 episodes. He was in The Lodger from series 5 and Closing Time from series 6, and I think he was a great addition to the show. He was a really likeable character. He felt relatable, he felt down to earth, he was quite funny, he worked really well alongside Matt Smith. And I think Craig coming back would be a great idea alongside Lily James's new Doctor. Also as well, it's James Corden, so James Corden being in Doctor Who would definitely help promote the show and definitely get people watching. So yeah, as companion, I would cast James Corden as returning companion Craig. I should probably mention as well that Lily James actually used to date Matt Smith, who obviously plays the 11th Doctor. They used to date I had dated for quite a few years. They've broke up now, but they did used to date, so obviously Lily James will obviously know quite a bit about Doctor Who, so that increases the chances of this actually happening in the future. But yeah, on with the rest of the video. In terms of the series format, I would go for quite a reduction, and the reason for that is because I think Lily James and James Corden's availability is probably going to be quite smaller compared to other actors, because obviously Lily James and James Corden, they're probably going to have more acting requests. They're probably going to have Doctor Who as a lower priority, because probably they're going to get more money for other acting jobs. I'm just looking at it realistically. So I would go with 3 60-minute episodes. Again, that sounds insane in terms of what we get now, which is 10 episodes. But I feel 3 60-minute episodes, Lily James and James Corden will be able to do it. The BBC will be able to afford them to do it. And yeah, it would all work out. It would also be good as well, I think, for viewing figures, because if it's just 3 episodes and it's all one story, because I wouldn't do it as standalone stories, I would have it as one big 3-parter, and I think it'd be much easier for viewers to stay engaged and stay with all episodes rather than 10 episodes where they would just dip in and out and maybe lose interest. So yeah, let's do it as 3 60-minute episodes and do it as all one storyline instead of the usual standalone. Before I go into the story idea, I just want to talk about the setting for the story, because the way I would like to start it off is it's Craig and Sophie's wedding. So imagine they're in a big church, they're just about to get married, family and friends are there, Storm McGinnon's there obviously, and yeah, they're just about to say their vows, about to get married, and then boosh, the TARDIS comes crashing through the church windows, crash lands, Craig and Sophie are in absolute shock, don't know what's going on. They go to the TARDIS and the new Doctor, played by Lily James, comes out She's all in shock, she maybe says a funny line or something, and she collapses to the floor, obviously because of the regeneration and the crash landing. And yeah, that's how the story starts. The title sequence runs and it goes from there, and I think that's a good way to start the story because it's a big wedding, get the people's interest there. It's a good way to start off. And yeah, it's also as well a nice reference to the Christmas invasion when obviously the TARDIS crash lands after the Ninth Doctor regenerates. And it's also a bit of a reference as well to the Runaway Bride, which also starts with a big wedding. So yeah, that's how I would start the story off. Finally, talking about the story idea that I have, and basically what I'm thinking is it would just be a simple Earth invasion story, because what I would want to do for my first season is keep it simple as possible. As I've already said, I want it to be all one story, but I want it to be a simple story to follow that's action-packed and has a good villain, because that's what you want to do with the first season. You don't want to give too much so that the general public don't understand what's happening. You want to keep it less timey-wimey and more easy to understand. So I would have it be a Centauran invasion story, because I feel the Centaurans are a good villain, because I wouldn't want to go with a new villain because I think they are harder to establish, and we've seen over the years like villains like Tim Shaw just haven't worked out. So I would go with a villain like the Centaurans who haven't been in New Who very much, because I wouldn't want the Cybermen or the Daleks because they're in Doctor Who all the time. So I feel you want to start off with a villain that people are mostly going to know, but a villain that's not been used mostly in the new series. So the Centaurans feel like a great choice. And yeah, the story would be quite simple. The Doctor wakes up from generation, goes looking about, somehow finds out there's a Centauran invasion going on. She obviously tries to stop the Centaurans. Craig and Stormageddon go alongside her. Craig gets to know the new Doctor. The new Doctor gets to know herself. And yeah, it's a simple story, big cliffhangers at the end of each part, and then obviously at the end of part 3 it can go in two directions. Craig could decide to go travelling with the new Doctor, or the new Doctor could just go off on her own and have her own adventures, and then season 2 can pick up with a new story and do whatever. But yeah, but for my idea of my season, it would be a simple Earth invasion story, no complications, nice and easy to get the characters to know each other, because obviously Craig won't know the new Doctor and the new Doctor won't know herself, and yeah, it'd be a nice easygoing story for my first season. So yeah guys, that's what I would do if I was ever the showrunner of Doctor Who. So if the BBC ever phoned me one day and I become the showrunner, that is what I would try and do. It probably wouldn't work because I probably couldn't get Lily James and James Corden in Doctor Who, but you never know. But yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. As I said, it's just a bit of fun, don't take it too seriously. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please get a thumbs up, please subscribe, I really do appreciate it. Got a few other video ideas planned which should be coming soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. See you later.